I know what I wanted to say. They told us, and we had personal conversations with people there, that they have never seen an outpouring on an issue like they did with this issue. And as you said, I've seen it, and they told us that they have received over 30,000 comments, and we're going to have added, as I said, 5,300 and some from Ohio alone to that. So, you know, we have been disproportionately heard from the Buckeye State, but they have heard a lot from many people all over the country.
Why do you credit that to anything besides the fact
You know what I credit it to? Let me do the same thing with you all that I do in every group I've talked to around the state about this. Who has a credit card? Anybody? You know, pretty much everybody can. Who has a credit card and isn't raising their hand? Does anybody not have a credit card in this room? Okay, it's a universal issue for people that really goes to the way they live their lives. So I attribute it to that. And
why Ohio? Isn't it because you've been out leading the charge?
Oh no, I think that the public doesn't know about these processes until they're told and given an opportunity. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Sure. Yeah.
Was there one prevailing concern that people had when you talked to them about credit cards?
The overall concern, but it takes a lot of manifestations, is fees, penalties, interest. I mean, they feel like it's one thing to have a card and make purchases and pay, you know, there's a 3% to the vendor, 3% to the vendee that the card companies make. People feel nickel and dimed on all of these fees. And as I've come to say around the state, it isn't nickels and dimes anymore. It's $5 here, $10 there, $30 here. And if it affects your interest charges on an outstanding balance, then it runs into the hundreds and thousands of dollars per year, depending on people. You know, people, as with any financial tool, some people manage it well, some people mismanage it. We're not suggesting, and credit cards in my life, and I think for many people, are a great convenience. It means I don't have to carry around a lot of cash, and it eases my life substantially. But for people who get behind on the cards, or people who have too many cards, and some of that's bad choices they've made, and sometimes it's aggressive marketing, and it all combines, it can really dominate their lives. I mean, there was the Consumer Credit Counseling Service in Toledo, where the head of it told me about a client of theirs who had 35 cards. Now, if you think about that, what that means is that person's getting a bill in the mail every single day of the month, and some days more than one. And actually, if you take out the non-mail days, you know, it's even more than that. How do you possibly keep up with that and late payment fees and getting it all done on time? And that dominates your life. I mean, so people are making some bad choices out there, but they also felt that at times they're just treated unfairly, that there's getting to be a fee-based mentality with some of this, and that people are always reaching into their pockets. And that's the biggest concern. Now, some of the rules, the very specifics of these rules that I outlined, some of the major ones, are more specific, and many people have encountered each of these problems over their years with credit cards. But I would say the comments ranged across the spectrum, but the biggest concern generally is people feel that they are not treated reasonably on fees and payment systems. So.